What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the All Sports All Plays Network. This is the one and only Freddie Henderson. Then right next to me, I got my brother, Jonathan Mathis. What's going on, Jonathan?
What's going on, man? Hey, it's that time of year, right? It's the NBA playoffs, one of the best times in the calendar year, right?
You got that right, my friend. We have two big-time games tonight. We have the Memphis Grizzlies, presented by with Ja Morant, to go against the San Antonio Spurs with Popovich as the coach, with DeMar DeRozan as their star player over there. Hey, man, and then our second game, we have Oakland versus L.A. We have the Lakers versus the Warriors. LeBron versus Steph. Woo! Woo! Freddie, hey, just letting everybody know. You want to tune into the post-game show, no matter what. But if the Lakers win, Freddie have a special guest. He have a special surprise for the post-game guys. Yes, I'm saying it now, so you do not want to miss it. I'm not saying who it's going to be. It's going to be a surprise, so you got to turn your phone to the All Sports All Plays Network. Make sure you share this page and all that good stuff. So let's get right into it, man. You know, we got the Memphis Grizzlies, who was in the play-in tournament last year against the Portland Trailblazers. Ja Morant went off last year. Well, they found themselves in the same situation this year, but they're going against the San Antonio Spurs. You know, San Antonio have a lot on the line this year, Jonathan. This will be the first time since Popovich been the coach that they have not been to the playoffs in back-to-back years. Before we get into the game, what do you think of Greg Popovich? How do you think he did this year, coaching a young team, with not having a lot of stars around him, not having Tim Duncan, Ginobili, and all them guys?
Man, I gotta give him an A-. And the reason why I have to give him an A- is because he's coached a young team and he's put them in good position to get into the playoffs. All they need to do is win the game, and they have a legitimate chance of, playing in the playoffs, in the NBA playoffs. I like what Greg Popovich has been able to do with this young team that he has. And, we can make the argument that he's one of the best coaches to ever do it. This man has done a terrific job coaching in San Antonio. And, he lost a lot of talent, and they had to kind of replenish their talent and kind of, figure out a new way of getting back to their old ways, which is winning. And, that formula's never left. It's just that the young players weren't able to buy into his system right away. I think they finally figured that out. But they're going against a very young and explosive Memphis team, which is going to be very, very challenging for the Spurs tonight. And I know the Spurs have, finished a brutal end to their regular season, but I think, you got to give the slight advantage here to the Memphis Grizzlies, just from what we seen a year ago.
Speaking about Greg Popovich, I give him actually A+, because this year, they was 18-13 beginning of the season. What happened was they went through COVID. Everybody went through COVID. They got hit hard. They got a lot of players went out. The season got on pause for them, whatever, and that slowed them down. But I will say this. I will never underestimate Greg Popovich. He's one of the all-time great coaches in the NBA. I believe this is going to be one of the best games of the play-in tournaments. I believe everybody's hyping the Laker game and the Golden State game up, but I believe this game is going to be like that old school type of game bumping, grinding, playing physical defense. You're gonna see. I don't think you're gonna see a breakout on offense. I think you're gonna have that type of game. That game. So my predictions. I'm gonna surprise you, Mr. Jonathan. I'm gonna go with San Antonio just because of Popovich, just because of DeMar DeRozan and DeJounte Murray. I'm gonna go 102-98. Can you give us your prediction for the game scores and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Memphis Grizzlies only because they kind of have that experience from a year ago. Look, they played in this play-in tournament last year. It didn't work out quite well for them. They lost to the Portland Trail Blazers. I still think they have that bitter taste in their mouth. And Ja Morant, man, we're talking about one of the most explosive players in the game today, if not the most explosive player in the NBA. I mean, he is the heart and soul of the Grizzlies attack. But then you can't overlook his teammates. You got Dillon Brooks, who has quietly emerged as one of the best two-way wings in the game. He's improved tremendously this season. And it's going to be an interesting matchup to see him match up against DeMar DeRozan tonight. That's the matchup that I'm watching. I think that's a very intriguing matchup. You're going to see how they both do on defensive possessions, and it should be very fun to watch. And then you have Giannis Valanciunas. I always pronounce his name wrong, so bear with me. He's a threat, to drop 20-20 double-double on any given night. So, I mean, this team has playmakers. They have guys that have the ability to score, to make game-changing plays. And Memphis has some sharpshooters. I mean, they got guys that can really hurt you from outside. They got guys that can shoot from beyond the arc. Grayson Allen is one of them. You got guys on this team. Brandon Clark. I mean, and then you got a great second unit too, with a floor general Tyus Jones, who I watched a lot at Duke. So I mean, the Grizzlies, to me, they just have more depth that far exceeds San Antonio's. And I just think that by the time it's all said and done tonight, I think the Memphis Grizzlies will come out on top. I just think they have more offensive firepower, and they have a better defensive attack, and they can play more aggressively on both ends of the floor.
Well, all good, all good. Well, let's get to our second game of the night. We have, like I said, we have Oakland, we have LA, we have Steph, we have LeBron, we have AD, we have Draymond. We have the Lakers. We have the Warriors. It's 9 o'clock Central Time. Everybody's been hyping this game up for the last couple of days. And to me, I think it's kind of overhyped because I don't see how the Lakers do not win when they have this duo right here.
Right.
When you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, first of all, I don't know anybody on the Golden State who can guard Anthony Davis. Nobody seemed to be able to tell me that unless the GOAT defender Draymond Green think that he can guard Anthony Davis all of a sudden. Then, hey, you shocked me. And then I think LeBron is going to be on a mission. I think he hears everybody doubting him. I think he hears everybody saying how this team is a flaw, a fluke, that they're not going to make it out the West this year. I think he hears all of that. I mean, I know a lot of injuries have to do with the reason why they're playing in today's game. But, hey, I believe LeBron and them is going to put some respect on this game. I do not expect Steph Curry to have a big night because I do not think the Lakers are going to allow Steph Curry to beat them. I believe, because I'm going to tell you a stat, John, that you might don't even know. The last 3 to 4 years, Steph Curry has shot about 35% against the Lakers. That is true. Like Steph Curry been lighting up the league all year this year, but hey, he have not scored over 26 points against the Lakers not one time this year. So the Lakers, Frank Vogel and his coaching staff showing a good game plan against Steph Curry, and I do not expect anything less going against tonight. What is your thoughts on that, my brother?
Well, LeBron's on a mission every postseason. Is he not? He's on a mission every postseason. And when people tend to doubt him, what does he do? He performs. He responds to his critics by putting on a virtue performance, right? One of the best performances of his life. We've seen it time and time again. I think the Lakers are fully healthy. I think the Lakers have returned to usual form. And I think because of that, they will win this game against the Golden State Warriors. Now, Freddie, I'm going to tell you like this, man. It won't be easy. It won't be an easy task for the Lakers. In fact, it's going to be very challenging because we all know how fierce of a competitor Steph Curry is. He can knock down the three. And don't forget, you have an aggressive defender in Draymond Green who can be very pesky and who has the ability to get inside his opponent's head. I'm not saying that he's going to get inside anybody's head, but it's interesting to watch this game because here's the thing. You have guys like Poole, right, that can also knock down the jump shot, right?
Yeah.
So that can enable Steph Curry to change his game up a bit. He doesn't even have to be a threat from beyond New York tonight. He could be more of a facilitator in this game if other guys are knocking down the shots. I'm just saying he has that ability to do that. If these other guys are hitting their shots,
Jonathan, so you think Golden State have a chance to beat the Lakers without Steph Curry scoring?
I didn't say that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it'll make things more interesting because now Steph Curry will be able to change his game up a little bit. If guys on that offense are knocking down shots, it'll allow him to be more of a facilitator. And because people forget that he's not a one-dimension player. I mean, it seems like he is because he's been, acknowledged as the purest shooter in the game. Am I right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, Curry is a two-dimensional player when he wants to be as well. But he hasn't had that much of that chance to do so because other guys, finally stepped it up late in the season, which is why they were able to get to where they are now. But I think if the Lakers are the team that we saw late in the season, closing the season out strong by winning their final, 4 games of the regular season, they won the final 4 games of the regular season. And if they carry that over into this play-in game tonight, they're unstoppable. Anthony Davis, no one on that defense, that Warriors defense, has an answer for Anthony Davis. Okay, let's talk a little bit about that. No one on that Warriors defense, no one on that Warriors team can stop Anthony Davis. No one tonight will have an answer for Anthony Davis. He has a lot of size, he has a lot of physique, and he can just about get any shot he wants inside the paint. I mean, that's just how.
Jonathan, you're not being fair to Draymond Green. Remember a few months ago, he called himself the GOAT defender.
Yeah, but Draymond Green is all talk. He cannot defend him. I'm sorry, he can't. I'm only keeping it real. He can't defend him. And then I think if you get production out of your role players, like I'm talking about guys like Alex Caruso, KCP, Kyle Kuzma, if those guys at least scoring double digits, this game is over by the second half.
I will say this. I'm not saying Kyle Kuzma's name until he prove himself again. He had to reprove himself. Until then, I'm saying team.
When will he ever prove himself, though? That's the thing. One day he's dropping 30 points for you. The next day he's dropping 6 points.
Well, hey, when he keep his hair black, he tend the ball. When he go blonde, he like a deer in headlights.
When he starts impersonating Eminem, that's when things tend to go wrong for him. Absolutely.
But I'm predicting the score to be Lakers 125 to 113. I believe it's going to be
That's a high score.
Well, I mean, it's going to be high scoring. But like I said, I don't expect Steph Curry to go off because he has not scored over 27 points against the Lakers this year. I believe Frank Vogel and that coaching staff is going to put a game plan against him, and they're going to make the others beat them instead of Steph Curry. What's your prediction for the night game?
Yeah, I think they're going to figure out a way to trap him and smother him and make it hard for him to get a shot off. I think they're going to make it very difficult for Steph Curry tonight. I got the Lakers 115 105. I'll give them a 10-point advantage and a 10-point victory.
You got that right. You got that right. It look like we have a comment on here. It says when he's playing behind LeBron James and AD, when you add Schroeder Drummond, how can you expect him to be consistent when the ball keeps on being taken out of his hands by Cook? I understand that, but there's still no excuse. Kyle Kuzma, the first year, was a player. You give him the ball in his hand, he can score. There was actually Lakers fans out there that thought Kyle Kuzma was better than Brandon Ingram. There was players that actually thought that. So okay, now you say you have a LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder. You know what? That should make his game much easier. He's not as guarded as much. He's wide open at times, and he can't knock down a wide open three. So it should be easier playing behind those guys. We're not asking him to give us 25, 30 tonight. If he can give us about 15, 16 points a night and playing good, solid defense, that's all the Lakers need from him.
They're asking him to be a role player. They're not asking him to be a superstar. That's what LeBron and AD are for. They're asking him to contribute, to be a contributor for this team. And, he hasn't shown that he can do that consistently, but we'll see what happens tonight. Hopefully he has a big night tonight.
I agree. They are crazy, but he is better. But there were some out there that thought he was better than Brandon Ingram. Because
Brandon Ingram, man, he left the Lakers and he became he emerged into a superstar player.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like I said tonight on the postgame show, you do not want to miss it. If the Lakers win, I have a surprise guest on the show. He's from LA. He's from the state. He be in the Staples Center just about every night. Hey, I'm just telling y'all need to tune into the game. And because he got news for Jay. He got news for Chris Brown. He got news for Ray. He got news for Nate the Great. He got news for all these Laker haters on this network. He gonna put them in their place. Yes, you, Nate the Great, gonna put you in their place.
I'm interested.
Yeah, you better be interested because it's gonna be good. But hey, Jonathan, do you have anything else before we go off, my brother?
Yeah, enjoy all the games tonight, man. It's gonna be a fun night. I think the San Antonio game is already underway. I believe it is.
Hey, it's big news to everybody. All Sports All Plays yesterday went over 1,000 followers on yesterday. That is a tremendous thing. That is something happy. Shout out to all the analysts yet again. This could not be done without you guys. Thank you to all the viewers, the followers. This could definitely not be done without you guys. It is not going unnoticed. We plan on doing a big celebration show soon. Hey, this is another episode of Just Say the Truth. We will have another show coming right like in the next 15 minutes. And then we're going to have the post-game show right after the Laker games. And then you'll see some of us great analysts and Freddie Surprise on that show as well. Nate is our producer. I want to thank Nate for doing an awesome job today. Hey, Nate, take us on home, my brother.